You and probably a lot of people might think that being a child of Elon Musk, one of the richest and most famous men in the world, is a rare privilege. But reality is quite different for his son 12. Musk is well known as Tony Stark of the 21st century, a real-life billionaire and genius who transformed space travel and made electric cars popular, practically reviving the tech industry. Now into politics, he has always been known to speak and make his voice heard even when other billionaires prefer to quiet. His life has become pretty public thanks to his many great success and the controversy surrounding him. And one of those unfortunate controversies started with his personal life, from the number of women he has had children with to the number of children he has, and rumors of his terrible inability to be a good father because of the distant relationship he has with his own father. There is a lot to Musk's personal life than what people see now. These controversies have connected themselves to 12. Let's take a look at the difficulties he has gone through, the rumors surrounding his life, and the emotional challenge for both him and his family. In May 2020, people around the world focused on Elon Musk and Canadian musician Grimaces. They had their first child together. When Musk casually announced the birth of his son on Twitter, the internet exploded with curiosity and speculation. It all began when a Twitter user asked for an update on Grimes while she was in labor. Musk, known for his brief responses, simply replied a few hours away. Later, he followed up with another tweet, "Mom and baby all good." His followers quickly filled the comments with congratulations, but the biggest surprise came when someone asked what's his name. Without hesitation, Musk responded with a tweet that left a very own confused X2. Grimes eventually explained the meaning behind their son's name. She said X represents the unknown, a reference to math and science. AE comes from Old English and some Nordic languages, but in this case it symbolizes artificial intelligence and the idea of love in different languages, including Japanese. Musk contributed the A12 part. It refers to Archangel 12, an early version of the Senior 71 Blackbird, a fast and stealthy aircraft. Grimes described it as great in battle but non-violent. Interestingly, the A also had a personal meaning for Grimes. It was attribute to Archangel, a song by British electronic musician Burial, which she once called one of her all-time favorites. While this explanation answered some questions, another remained. How do you even say the name? Even Musk and Grimes had slightly different pronunciation. Grimes said it's just like the letter X, then AI pronounced Musk, however gave a different version of Joe Rogan Experience. He explained that it's just X, the letter X, the AE is pronounced Ash, and then A12 is my contribution. The difference in pronunciation only made the unusual name even more fascinating, but there was a big problem. California law doesn't allow numbers or symbols in names on birth certificates. According to statutes, official names can only use the 26 letters of the English alphabet. This meant A12 couldn't be legally registered. Instead of choosing a completely new name, Musk and Grimes made a small change to follow the law. They replaced 12 with Roman numerals, making it X. Grimes even said she liked the new version better. Roman numerals look better, to be honest. Even with the legal adjustment, Baby Z's life was never going to be ordinary. As the son of one of the world's most famous tech billionaires and a globally recognized industrialist, his childhood would be very different from most kids. Musk has always supported hands-on learning and has criticized traditional schools. Instead of sending his children to regular schools, he created Astra, an experimental school focused on problem-solving and critical thinking. Satens ad Astra, making it likely they will follow a similar path to his father. When his unique name was first announced, it surprised many people. However, more parents have started using futuristic technology inspirations in recent years. As AI, virtual reality, and space travel become part of everyday life, names that once seemed unusual are becoming more accepted. As X grows up, the world will be watching to see what kind of person he becomes, whether he follows in his father's footsteps, explores the arts, or forges his own unique path. More parents are choosing futuristic and unusual baby names inspired by technology and space. As AI, virtual reality, and space travel become part of everyday life, names that didn't seem strange are now more common. His name may have seemed unusual at first, but it perfectly represents a future where anything is possible. As he grows up, people will be curious to see his path, whether he inherits his father's genius, explores the arts, or creates his own unique journey. One thing is sure, his name has already made an impact. Musk shares a special bond with his son X. Unlike most children, X has often been seen with his father at important meetings and events. Musk has kept their relationship in the public's eye from the start, never trying to hide X from the spotlight. Their close bond seems to go beyond a typical father-son relationship. Some believe it may be linked to Musk's difficult childhood, having grown up feeling lonely, might be trying to make sure X never experiences the some isolation. Few people can truly understand the depth of their attachment. While their relationship appears as deeply personal, some experts think there may also be a strategic side to it. Kurt Braduk, a professor of public communication at American University, suggests that Musk's frequent public appearances with X could be a deliberate effort to shape his public image. Braduk describes it as a common political strategy using family life to appear more relatable, since Musk is often seen as an eccentric tech visionary. Presenting himself as a devoted father helps soften that image. Experts also speculate that showcasing his fatherhood might serve as a distraction by highlighting his role as a caring parent. Musk may be shifting focus away from controversy and wing his personal or professional life in a time when public perception is crucial. His son might act as an unspoken shield, making Musk seem more approachable while diverting attention from critics. Musk's decision to bring X to significant events has sparked debate, especially when it comes to places not typically considered suitable for young children. For example, Musk took his son to a meeting with Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, a leader known for his strict policies. That's not all. Dolan for a photo of X sitting on Musk's shoulders at a Tesla event went viral. Dressed in a sweater and blazer, he looked like a mini version of his father, standing in the middle of a serious corporate event while most kids his age were just learning to read. This raised questions: was Musk making a statement, or does he simply prefer to have his son with him at all times? Additionally, some think these father-son moments may serve as a distraction from controversies surrounding Musk, whether related to business or his personal life. By bringing X to public events, Musk may be shifting attention away from criticism while also making himself happier more likably. His decision to have X by his side at important gatherings has certainly caught people's attention, especially in places where children are not usually present. Still, there are those who believe Musk's strong bond with his sons is deeply personal. He has spoken about this strained relationship with his older child, Vivian Jenna Wilson, who is transgender. Vivian legally changed her name and publicly said she no longer wanted any connection with her father due to gender identity differences and a complete disconnect from him. Musk expressed sadness over this, often blaming what he calls the woke virus for turning his child against him. Some think his constant presence with X might be a way of coping with losing Vivian, either as a way to reaffirm his role as a father or as an unconscious attempt to hold on to a family bond he lost at just 4 years old. X plays a big role in Musk's life, not just as a son but as a reflection of Musk himself. The billionaire often talks about the future and legacy, from his plans to colonize Mars to his support for artificial intelligence. X, who appears comfortable in the settings his father brings him to, may represent Musk's vision of continuity. A child growing up surrounded by technology, power, and influence. Is Musk's attachment to X purely out of love, a strategic PR movie, or a response to his past? The answer isn't clear. One thing is certain: X is an important part of Musk's life story. Whether people see him as a carefully placed symbol or just a beloved child, only time will tell how this unfolds. Recently, a moment involving X caught attention online. He gave a smart response to his father's question, sparking reactions. The moments, aired in a video on Musk's platforms, formerly Twitter, sparked both praise and debate online. In the video, Musk asks his son, "What should I do?" Without hesitation, the young boy confidently replies, "Save America." Amused by his son's answer, Musk follows up with another question, "And do what?" With childlike innocence, the little boy quickly responded, "Help." The brief but striking exchange immediately set social media buzzing. Musk supporters and critics reacted in different ways. Many users on X praised the boy, with some saying his words showed more clarity than most kids of his age. One user jokingly labeled X smarter than most adults. There were those who felt the boy was showing early signs of compassion, calling his response legendary and a sign of great parenting. On the other hand, skeptics questioned whether X truly understood what he was saying or if he was simply repeating phrases he had heard at home. The debate continues, with people seeing the moment in very different ways. Young children Typically don't understand complex topics, which suggests that Musk's influence on Hisson was clearly visible at that moment. While the children of celebrities and billionaires often attract media attention, X's role in public discussion seems unique. Unlike most children were kept away from controversy, X has become a key part of Musk's public image. Whether he's sitting on his father's lap during interviews or appearing at events, Musk himself is very outspoken about a lot of things. He doesn't shy from discussing the complexity of life in the past, present, and even the future, and the role that technology would play in society, whether good or bad. For example, his decision to buy Twitter now was driven by his belief in less control over people's decision-making process, a stance that become one of the most controversial in recent years. Because of this, it's not surprising that his son's words resonated strongly with Musk's supporters, who saw them as a reflection of the billionaire's own beliefs. This raises an interesting question: has X's increasing presence in Musk's media appearances happen naturally, or is it a deliberate choice? Whether intentional or not, Musk's decision to include his son in public appearances is a topic of debate. Some experts believe he does this on purpose to make himself seem more relatable, like politicians who appear with their children to connect with voters. These moments with X could help soften Musk's often controversial public image. This recent viral moment adds to a pattern suggesting that Musk's interactions with his son are not just casual but also shape public perception. At just 4 years old, X is already playing a unique role in public discussions. While most kids his age are focused on toys and cartoons, he is in rooms with world leaders, business executives, and political figures. Whether planned or not, his presence has sparked conversations far beyond his years, leading people to wonder what influence he might have in the future. Will he remain a central part of Musk's public life? Could he one day take on a leadership role in his father's vast empire, or even pursue political power? For now, one thing is clear: little X has already left an impression, even in his innocence. X's surprising words have sparked both discussion and laughter, just like his father often does. And a look at Musk's pain as a parent is another reason why X being around him so much might be more personal than strategic. A tragic moment in Musk's life was the loss of his firstborn son, Nevada Alexander Musk. It was a heartbreaking event for the family. Musk, known for his bold ambitions and technologicalism, has occasionally shared personal and painful experiences. Thus, some remain largely unspoken. One of these is the loss of his first child. Nevada was born healthy, bringing joy and hope to his parents, but tragedy struck unexpectedly when at just 10 weeks old he passed away from sudden infant death syndrome. SIDS, a devastating and mysterious condition that causes seemingly healthy infants to die in their sleep without warning. That, according to the Mayo Clinic, SIDS is the unexplained death of a baby, often occurring during sleep. While there is no single known cause, it remains one of the most heartbreaking tragedies for parents. Certain factors are believed to increase the risk of sudden infant death syndrome. SIDS babies with low birth weight, those who have had respiratory infections, or those born with brain defects affecting breathing are more vulnerable. Statistically, baby boys are at higher risk than girls. What makes SIDS even more devastating is how sudden it is. One moment the baby is sleeping peacefully and the next they are gone. There are now no chance to save them. Unleash shock, grief, and unanswered questions for Musk and his then wife Justine. Losing Nevada was unimaginable. One day they were new parents full of dreams for their son's future. Next they were facing a loss so deep that words could hardly describe it. Musk is open about many parts of his personal and professional life, but rarely speaks about Nevada. Musk does not often talk about his grief or the impact of losing his firstborn son. However, in 2018, a rare moment of vulnerability emerged when he exchanged emails with a grieving father, James Riley, who had lost his teenage son in a fatal car crash while driving a Tesla Model S. After the tragedy, Riley sued Tesla, holding the company responsible for his son's death. In his response, Musk expressed deep sympathy, writing, "There is nothing worse than losing a child." This simple yet powerful statement revealed a deeply personal side of Musk. His words carried the weight of personal experience, the unbearable pain of losing a child, a sorrow he had mostly kept private. In that same exchange, Musk shared a heartbreaking detail about his sound loss. "My firstborn son died in my arms." This single sentence paints a devastating picture. Holding his child as life slipped away, completely powerless to stop it. The rawness of that moment is difficult to comprehend even for those who have experienced loss. Al Musk rarely speaks about Nevada. It is clear That this tragedy profoundly shaped him losing a child is something that changes a person forever. Some believe that this early heartbreak shaped the way Musk approached life. Some speculate that his relentless drive to push boundaries and achieve the impossible may in part be his way of coping in trying to change the world. He may also be trying to escape the grief that once overwhelmed him. Musk's approach to fatherhood seems deeply influenced by his past. He has many children, and while he keeps some aspects of his personal life private, his visible bond with X may in part reflect the pain of losing Nevada, a subconscious need to cherish the moments that no parent should ever have. 12's, despite his global fame, immense success, and vast influence beneath the image of a billionaire entrepreneur, is a father who once held his baby boy for the last time, feeling his tiny heartbeat fade away. Some losses leave a lasting mark, one that even time cannot erase. Musk's 4-year-old son with Grimes is the first of 3 children they share. There are rumors that X is struggling emotionally because of the complexity of his name, which has made him a target of mockery on the internet and in real life. This raises concerns about how it could affect him as he grows up. Musk and Grimes are known for embracing the unconventional, from their unexpected relationship to their futuristic ideas. Even the way they name their children pushes boundaries, reflecting their unique perspective on life. Musk and Grimes have 3 children, each with a unique and unusual aim, just like their parents, and the rumor only grew when Musk and Grimes later revealed their second son's name, Technomechanicus. The internet couldn't believe it. It was as if the couple had doubled down on their commitment to futuristic, unconventional names. This raises an interesting question: how will these children feel about their names as they grow older? Will they embrace their unique identities, or will they eventually prefer something simpler, unlike celebrity kids with names like North Saint or some? Musk and Grimes' children's names stand out even more, and plays a big role in shaping a person's identity. It's not hard to imagine that XA12 Technomechanicus and their sibling Exod Dark Sidle Musk might have a different experience with their names compared to kids named Michael or Emily. They will likely grow up surrounded by a mix of admiration, curiosity, and maybe even confusion with names that instantly spark conversations. Musk and Grimes may not have chosen them just to stand out. Their approach to naming could reflect their larger vision of life, technology, and the future. Musk has always emphasized pushing humanity forward, whether through Tesla's electric cars, SpaceX's Mars colonization plans, or Neuralink brain-machine interfaces. Similarly, Grimes, with her futuristic music and AI-inspired art, shares a deep fascination with blending human life and technology. By giving their children such unconventional names, they might be signaling that they see them as part of this future world, one shaped by AI, space travel, and advancements beyond what we can imagine today. To them, a traditional name might not fit into this vision. Names like X2 and Exod Dark Side or Rail might seem unusual now, but in the future they could fit right in. For now, the world watches with curiosity as Musk and Grimes' children grow up. Will they embrace the futuristic vision behind their names, or will they choose something simpler when introducing them? Whatever happens, one thing is certain: their names have already made them part of a larger conversation about identity, technology, and the way that we're becoming more connected. Whether XA12 finds the internet's reaction promising or gets tired of the Endoleskis, only time will tell, but one thing is clear: no one will ever forget his name.